All right, here we are at part 2 of answering questions you guys had about stamping. Now, everybody, when they saw the Mani Me box from the other day, they were disappointed I didn't stamp the little gingerbread man and the reindeer. So I just went ahead and did that. So having to stop recording like I did, and then I had other things to do, and I had people's nails to do, and I had to go travel. So it's been a whole thing. My nails are like kind of like not in as good a shape now. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this new plate, M168. I did receive this. None of the Maniology things is sent to me for free. I purchase all of it, and I use the money I earn from my commission from you using Guylene 325. When you guys save 10%, then I get the commission, and yeah, you're helping out my channel and not, well, you are spending money, aren't you? But anyway, not directly to me. So I'm going to show you these little elves, since everybody was super disappointed I didn't show them how I layered the little reindeer and gingerbread man from the subscription box. So this plate is available to everyone. The subscription box is still available with the Christmas plates, so you can go check that out. This is 168, and it has little elves you can layer and other really cute things. Just, you can pause it or whatever, go to the site and get a closer look at the plate. All right, his outline is going to be, I'm going to use Poison B309. This should be at least available. So let's just pick up this little guy. All right, let's try that again because I didn't scrape firm enough. And that's what happens if you don't scrape it firm enough. All right, there he is. And I'm going to color in his hat and his little outfit, I think. All right, Miracle Perez wanted to know different tools that I use to fill in reverse stamping. So a little brush. I don't like using dotting tools because dotting tools, if you touch that image, you're gonna usually pick up those fine lines. See, I can't even pick it up right now. But you're more likely to pick up those lines when you're using a dotting tool. I just don't like them. I used to use them and I just don't. I would rather use a little fine brush, but that's totally up to you. And then these little faces are super hard to see. But I think once it's on my nail, it won't matter. You can tell that it's a face, so. I don't know. That one looks like it's got little heart eyes. It's hard to tell. See that little face on. Oh, he's so cute. And yes, I realize I put the stupid holly upside down. But, you know, only look at this now this way, and the rest of them look at them this way. All right, again, touching on the lens question, and then Maria has trouble picking up metallics, and I don't have the unicorn horn anymore. I gave that away because I just wasn't for me. Marilyn, she just says thank you so much because she's having trouble. And Nails of Interest, awesome topic. Aaron Costa, I got the October in mini box and I cannot get the polishes that came with it to pick up on those plates. I'm doing something wrong. Is it the polish or the plates, or is it me? I can send the place numbers and polish names, but they are the ones that came with the subscription. Yeah. I don't remember, but I believe one of them was Jack, maybe? Was it these? Was it Ghoulish and Haunted, maybe? I have other polishes and other plates to pick up fine. Maybe there's a method to Maniology. I don't want to buy any more stamping until I know what that issue is. Okay, so I'm going to use a metallic. I'm going to go ahead and use Ghoulish, because this is a metallic that's a little difficult to pick up anyway. Because you see the silver stuff on here, it's so glittery. And I believe that's why I have issues with it also. I'm sorry, I'm not looking back to see. I've got so much. But I can tell from like the image that I picked up, it's kind of glittery and it's not going to pick up very well. And here is MO85. Okay, generally, I'm going to say that I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. It's not the stamper, it's you. It's not the plate, it's you. Well, sometimes it is the plate. But a lot of times people put way too much pressure. So you only want to use the weight of the stamper to pick it up. So just a light roll. Just like almost like you're just letting the weight of that stamper go across, and that's it. You may have to put just a tiny little bit of pressure just to get the whole image to pick up. Okay, but I'm going to touch back on these ones that, like, polka dots was a question, and filling in them in. And then metallics. People are having problems with metallics. Metallics don't really do that great on super fine lines. And then depending on the color that you're using and the background that you've got, it's not going to look like it picked up very well. So these polka dots, I am going to kind of scrub that polish in all the ways that there are to do it. So you just want to make sure that you haven't got any place for that polish to hide in those little nooks and crannies. Okay. I would recommend using a really stiff scraper. Definitely not these flimsy ones that come with generally with these boxes. Let it sit there for just a second. This is a horrible one. So a stiffer one, and you want to scrape kind of hard. Like I said, I've kind of scrubbed that in, and I'm going to roll the opposite way I scraped. And you can see how perfect that is. All filled in, no little air pockets. If you can, you want to scrape both ways. Lightly one way and harder the other way. But if you do have any little spots, my next recommendation is maybe you don't want to mess with it anymore and you're done, and it's not something that you have to really be that perfect on. Especially like, so this one that I showed you with the box, I was stamping this over the top of it. So little bitty spots in there weren't really going to make that much difference. But if you're using straight up polka dots and you've got some obvious places, you can take, again, a tiny little brush and the polish and kind of touch up those spots that you might have and fill those in that way. So anybody that didn't really get their question asked, or they have a follow-up to that, please put it in the comments within the videos. I always read all my comments, you guys, all of them. I heart them at least, or comment back. So if you have any more questions, I will absolutely be down there talking to you. It may take me a day or two because sometimes there's like a lot of them. So Okay, why do some polishes not work on different plates? I don't know. It is just the, it could be your stamper. It could be, there's so many different variables to that I mean, I don't know. You just have to keep switching until you find something that works sometimes. Absolutely keep, like I said before, turn your plate. Try a different stamper, try a different scraper, try a different pickup method. If a rolling isn't working, try a bop. And Erin, I'm going to have to go back and look. I mean, one of my questions would be, what kind of stamper are you using? But that's why I tell you guys when I review these boxes and I give you grades for the polishes, they either suck or they're not, or you know, either they're good for just a base coat or they're good to stamp. And a lot of Maniology polishes are only good for a base coat. And I mean, they may pick up, but will they, you know, actually show up? I don't even remember what. See, I do so many of these things, I don't even remember what was in that box. But more than likely, it's the polish. Their polish isn't, I mean, it's hit or miss sometimes. I'm going to stress this again. These three, Cocoa, Caramel, and Nutmeg, are fabulous. If you like these colors, absolutely get that set. And I'm going to tell you right now that all these girls that are on this list that were on my community tab asking me about these, I am going to put you guys in a drawing before this video is over and pick one of you to win that fall plate in those three polishes. I ordered 2. All right, Curly Sue with the gradient and scraping off too much, even scraping at an angle. Okay, I'm going to show you that next. I don't want to hear any comments about my plates being filthy. Okay, I know they are. All right, here's the gradient. Everybody has Lena Make Your Mark 03, but they're pretty much all the same, the negative spaces. Mine actually is a little deformed. It has a spot on it, it has a scratch, so don't let that worry you. Let me find 3 polishes that would be good for this. I don't really like these 4 gradients. Unless it's clouded up and you've used the heck out of it and it's not so slippery. I find something that's kind of flat. This is my favorite. This is a Creative Shop. You see, it's almost flat. This is my favorite, but almost nobody has that. So I am going to just use a Maniology cube that's like had seen its better days. It's not so slick. Okay, so I'm going to use a yellow and this dark green. They're both creams. Especially when you're practicing, I'm not going to recommend you to use like a jellyish one or a metallic one. Just stick with some creams. And you're going to put on the edge of that image. You're not going to put it on the image. And you can absolutely, should I do it? Yeah, let's go for it. I'm going to pick up this image on this stamper. And then I'm going to use that image to pick up this gradient. All right, as stiff as I'm going to get all tongue-tied. As stiff as a scraper is you have. You don't want to, so if you have any pressure whatsoever, you want to scrape as flat as you can, like no angle. So you want a scraper that if you put any pressure whatsoever on the center, it's not dragging across the middle of your image. This has more surface area than it would if I was scraping this way. So remember that. But you want as flat as you can get it. And you're blending those polishes by pulling them across that. And you can move it up and down just a little bit to get more of a blend. And if you have two different colors, there I did, you can get kind of a green. I did a blue and a yellow. And you see you can actually pick up an image and stamp it all at once. Fancy Eileen. Geez, I almost missed Julia up here. How do you get it to stick to the nail when you fill in the stamp with the other polishes? Yeah, sticky base coat. Just some clear, just a light layer, just a thin layer. Let it dry just a few seconds and it will stick to your nail then. Kat, so she cannot get Wet n Wild nail protector to make decals, and it shrinks up and leaves holes. So I'm going to show you what she means by that. I've been told it's my stamper might be dirty. I've washed it. Not necessary. I've even taken one of my older stampers and wiped it off with alcohol. It can't be brush strokes like someone said, because if I pour a small amount straight from the bottle, it will sometimes do the same thing. I have an LA Colors gel top coat that doesn't do it at all, but it leaves the decals brittle. All right, so these clear stampers are silicone. They absolutely do repel the polish, and I know that's what you're talking about. So when you put it on, it wants to like repel, and you're left with little holes. Of course, there it goes. See, it's pulling away and leaving little holes. So stampers that are cloudy like this are kind of not super slick, do a little better. But I've got cotton all over my nail. If you're going to do it on a stamper, I don't like to put the Wet n Wild on here because it is going to smear. If I'm going to do a decal and use the Wet n Wild, I do it on a mat, because the mat isn't going to do that, but a stamper probably will. So when you're using this and you're putting it on a mat, so you put your Wet n Wild on here. You let that dry. And then you can stamp your image on here. And then you can color it in. And when it dries and you peel it up and you flip it over to put it on your nail, that is essentially already top coated and you don't have to worry about smearing.
Penny, can you pick somebody from these pages to win, please? Can you pick one? Excuse me, ma'am. Can you just touch somebody with your nose? Can you just touch one with your nose? Can you touch somebody, please? Hey. I know, see, I can't ever choose either. Who should win? Who gonna win? She refuses to choose.
All right, I had to go ahead and I just numbered them all. There's 13 altogether, 1 through 13. So let's go trick my son into picking a number between 1 and 13. All right, Tom and Alex are next door working on Grandma's new room. Used to be a back porch, but Tom has rebuilt it. She wanted a Florida room. Florida room. It has like 19 windows now. It was all screened in, just a screened in porch. So I'm going to show it to you. And tricked Alex into picking a number between 1 and 13 so we know who won the giveaway. You gonna go see Grandma? Oh, I'm gonna pee first. Let's be discreet and not show her peeing. There we go. Come on, Penny. You gonna go see Daddy? Oh, come here. So this was just a screened in porch a few weeks ago. And now he's turned it into an actual room. Come on, Penny. Her have to go in and get treats from Game Malls. Ooh. We have a big giant hole. Alex,
What?
pick a number between 1 and 13.
7.
How did I know that's what you're going to say? Okay. Number 7. Where's Grandma and her treats?
Come here, Penny. Penny, here. She's downstairs.
Grandma's down there. All right, number 7. Aaron Costa. You win. Email me your info. My email is in the description box. Thanks, you guys. Bye.
Boogie boogie boo. Boogie boogie boo. Boogie boogie boo. Boogie boogie boo.